The silent heartbreak that results from being rejected by your own child in your later years is unmatched, ladies and gentlemen. It pierces your very essence and is not merely emotional. To be abandoned, disregarded, or forgotten by the person you raised feels like a betrayal you never anticipated after years, no, decades, of love, sleepless nights, sacrifice, support, and unwavering devotion. You sit in silence as memories play in your head like a movie. The laughter. The tears. The knees were scraped. The school assignments. The nights you prayed they would feel better in the morning while you stayed up nursing a fever. And now a door has been shut. There are no calls. Visits stop. And what changed, you ask yourself? What went wrong? Was there anything I could have done differently? It's such a deep and intimate pain that it makes you doubt not only your parenting but also your own value. But allow me to present you with an alternative viewpoint. What if I told you that your story doesn't end with this heartbreak? What if the rejection you're experiencing is a significant turning point rather than the end of the story? One that contains the seeds of emotional rebirth, personal strength, and rediscovery? It does sound impossible. But remain with me. Because what you are about to hear has the potential to permanently alter your perception of rejection and of yourself. There are times in life that completely rock you. Moments that shatter your entire worldview of permanence, love, and loyalty. When your child, your own flesh and blood, turns away from you, it's one of the most devastating moments. No more phone calls. No trips. No concern for your welfare. The quiet is overwhelming. The emptiness they leave behind is intolerable. You mentally review the conversations, wondering what you might have missed. You think back on past choices and question whether any of them brought you to this point. But it's not over, my friends. This isn't the whole tale. Because rejection is not your enemy, especially this kind of rejection. It's your instructor. Illusions are stripped away by the fire, which also compels you to face your most authentic self. It requires you to reevaluate your identity beyond the roles you have performed. And that is this agonizing experience's first blessing. You are more than just a parent. You are a complete, living, loving, and deserving person. We frequently mistakenly believe that selfless acts of love will always be reciprocated. Gratitude is guaranteed by that sacrifice. That a person's blood ties cannot be broken. However, that is not how the world operates. And you might live a lifetime of disappointment if you wait for life to live up to your expectations. Let's be clear about this. Who stays does not define you. Those who walk away don't break you. The fact that someone doesn't see it doesn't make you less valuable. That rejection you're experiencing now, even though it might not feel like it, it is a gift. It makes something inside of you rise, not because it's fair or kind. It challenges you to discover a strength you were unaware of. To disentangle your worth from the recognition of others. And that's the first step to freedom, my friends. Allow someone, even your own child, to leave your life if they are capable of doing so. Not with resentment. Not with pride. But because their absence makes room for you to become more present. Consider the strongest people in history. Those who were rejected, betrayed, and abandoned. Have they given up? Or did they get up? Because of the rejection, not in spite of it. Now you have to make the same decision. Will you be broken by this? Will you allow it to change who you are? Who loves you is beyond your control. You have no control over who remembers, who calls, or who visits. The way you react, however, is within your control. You have the option to stop looking to someone who doesn't give you validation. It's possible to stop wasting energy on unanswerable questions. The best advice came from the Stoics: concentrate only on what you can control. Give up everything else. Because you regain the ability to change what you can when you finally stop trying to change what you can't. You have indeed been harmed. Indeed, it seems as though a piece of you has been ripped away. But take a closer look. You remain here. You're still alive. You still have the capacity for happiness, tranquility, and love. It is a part of you, not something you acquired from someone else. At some point, you have to ask yourself, who am I now that I am not as needed as I once was? Without the responsibilities of protector, caregiver, and provider, who am I? The answer is liberating. Despite its difficulty, you are a soul. You are a beacon of light. A title is not you. Not a part. Not a damaged self that needs to be fixed by someone else's coming back. It is not your duty to make someone see the treasure you are if they are unable to. Begged validation is not validation, rather, it is dependency. And you start to see yourself for who you really are when you let go of the need to be noticed. You don't stop loving when you let go. It doesn't imply that you give up. It implies that you give up chasing. It implies that you no longer base your value on the actions of others. Because you find the hidden gift in the suffering when you actually stop looking outward and start looking inward. You start to appreciate your own company. In your own mind. In your own silence. You understand that they were never the source of your happiness. That they never gave you their peace. Yes, rejection puts you in a difficult situation, but occasionally you muster the strength to get back up after being rejected. The life that was always waiting for you, not the life you had before. A life in which you are complete. Where you're not waiting anymore. Where you can take back each day. There is a version of you that exists outside of the longing, the sadness, and the silence. And you are free in that form. Not resentful. Not chilly. Simply whole. Despite how harsh it may feel, rejection can offer you the gift of self. You let go because you finally realize that happiness is not a commodity, not because you don't care. You create your own table instead of requesting a seat at someone else's. And something strong awakens when that occurs. Your days are now characterized by who you have discovered, not by what you have lost. It was never the end of rejection. It was the entrance. The request. The start of something new. So raise your head. Take a proud stance. And move forward as one who has been freed, not as one who has been abandoned. Because the person you have become cannot be taken away by anyone, not even the child who turned away. And that is the most genuine and surprising blessing of all, my friends.